Hello, welcome to Stay Home, Eat Great. Merry Christmas. Christmas is upon us. It's about middle December right now, and the seasons have changed. We're already done with all the pies of Thanksgiving and the turkey of Thanksgiving and the casseroles. During Christmas, we start talking ham, we start talking tamales, we start talking menudo. I'm in South Texas. There's lots of cookies and there's lots of candy as well during this time of season. So today on Stay Home Eat Great, I'd like to show you how to make an easy peanut brittle right at home. It just takes a couple of ingredients. Before we do that, just be sure that you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every week. Thank you so much. Leave us a comment at the bottom. If you care to as well, we have t-shirts. You can have a look down in the description. Hit the link. This will make a great gift for you and your loved ones. So thank you so much. So now on to our ingredients for our peanut brittle. 3 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of lightly salted peanuts, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1.5 cups of water. And the first thing I'm going to do using our saucepan here, I'm using a big saucepan. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to coat the sides with a little bit of vegetable oil as well to prevent the sugar from sticking as we cook it and boil it, okay? Alright, so here we go. First step. In order to make sure that our heat is distributed evenly through here, I'm going to use a cast iron skillet. Place a cast iron skillet here. This will diffuse the heat and make sure it's nice and even. So cast iron skillet. I'm going to bring in my saucepan. Turn on the heat. We're going to go to high, okay? Now we're going to bring in our 3 cups of sugar. And then we're going to fill it with 1.5 cups of water. Just like this. Alright, so we'll be stirring this occasionally until we come to a boil. Alright? So this is what the first thing we got to do. Stir this a little bit every once in a while, watching for it to boil, okay? Now we have, again, our heat is set to high. So as I said earlier, I coated the sides with some vegetable oil. So we have our baking sheet here. I have this silicone protector here so that it won't stick. Remember, it's sugar will be melting and it's gonna stick, it's gonna set. So the more non-stick you can be, the better. So I'll be using this here. I'll be using another sheet, and I want to coat the bottom of this cookie sheet here. I don't want anything to stick to it, okay? You know, alternatively, you can also, aside from the half teaspoon of cinnamon, you can also put a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This is more of a southern recipe. As I've heard, sweet plus heat equals good eats. So that's a tip from Alton Brown from the Food Network. I may do that on my next batch, but I'm trying to make the standard one, the original one. But next time I will put a little bit of cayenne pepper and just see what happens. Back to our sugar here. We're just starting to boil. So I'm going to stir this a little bit just to make sure that it breaks down all the way. Once this starts boiling, we just want to get our hands out of there, okay? Alright, as you can see, we are boiling already. The sugar molecules are starting to break down in this process. No more stirring, no more shaking, nothing. All we're going to do is get our tightly fitting lid and place it on here for 3 minutes, alright? Alright, we're just going to let it go for 3 minutes. Alright, we've been going for 3 minutes. So I'm going to remove our lid from here. Remove your lid very carefully. Reduce the heat to medium. What we're waiting for is for this to turn a light amber color. That's what we're watching out for. Don't go too far. We're still watching our sugar here. I want to get my peanuts and bring in my half teaspoon of cinnamon. Give a little toss. No touching, no stirring, nothing. As I was speaking about this earlier, if we mess with this sugar, it can start to crystallize and just mess up the texture of the peanut brittle, so we don't want to touch that. But once it hits the amber color, then those sucrose molecules have already been damaged or broken down far enough that they can no longer form this crystallization, and that's what we're waiting for. Once it turns a light amber color. All right, we're reaching that amber color. I'm seeing it come in from this side, coming this way. That ensures that this will have a more rich and a more complex flavoring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off. Turn off our heat. I'm going to bring in our peanuts. If we let this keep going, it'll just get darker and darker and darker. We don't want it that dark. So heat's off. Peanuts in, along with our cinnamon. Just want to stir this up a little bit here. Stir this together. Now here we go. Now this is gonna set really fast as it's candy. Okay, so we're gonna bring our candy over, our peanut brittle, and we're just gonna pour this in the center, right in the center, all along here. Let's get all these peanuts out of here. Remember, as it cools down, it's gonna start hardening on us. We'll probably reach a full hardness at about 30 minutes. So what I want to do next is just with this here, as we're setting, make sure that all of our candy has some peanuts on it, okay? We don't just want the brittle without any peanuts. So I'm just kind of working this up here. Remember, we put vegetable oil on this pan here. I want to make sure that our peanuts are one layer deep and the candy's able to set. Here we go. You see that nothing stuck to this here. And now we wait. Alright, so we have our peanut brittle complete. Just as anybody that has experience making candy, something a little bit is going to stay in the pan. What you can do is just run some warm water through it and just let it go. It'll start coming out. But again, putting that vegetable oil is going to help. Silicone spoon or silicone spatula, it won't stick to that. As soon as it bends, everything just breaks off of it. So that'd be better. For using, of course, the wooden spoon, because it's not going to get hot all the way up, and if you're stirring, you don't want any plastic melting or anything in there. So but anyway, so here we go. Alright, so we have our peanut brittle here, and that's what we look like right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this silicone thing here from the corner and just start lifting up so we can break and see what we get. Very nice. So here's a piece of our peanut brittle. Can you see that? Almost looks like root beer. Let's give it a taste. Couple more pieces here. So there you go. It's Christmas time. Merry Christmas from Stay Home, Eat Great. I'm Steve Lopez. Once again, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell in order to be notified every week. God bless you and be safe.